Well, first, let's show you what is happening right now. You see all this water, a lot of water, being pumped out from the building in the background. That is the parking garage for the Middlesex County Family Court and the courthouse itself. There is flooding in both buildings. This is the kind of damage still being worked on at least 6 hours after this big inundation of rainwater. That shows you just how serious this was, and what you'll hear now will tell you how life-threatening it all was.
Then I went under the water to see if I could save my brother, but then myself was drowning too. I was like swallowing all that dirty water.
Mia Secaria's whole family had to be rescued when a flash flood inundated their first floor apartment and the basement underneath.
I was grabbing myself in because it was pushing me. And then my cousin had the strength to get up and take my little brother. And it didn't look like he was okay because he was just drowning. His head was underwater. He was trying to kick.
All of this water was the result of an intense rainstorm in New Brunswick that lasted a few minutes.
The pressure busted the basement wall inward, and when the tenants were evacuating, they got swept kind of like down in the whirlpool effect.
The property manager explains how the emergency has left the baby in the family, Levi Secaria, in the hospital. Everybody's expected to be okay, he says. They're one of 5 families in 3 buildings left without their homes now. It all happened from the sudden cloudburst that sent water pouring into Drift Street here. Ironically, drifting is what Ron Hondo's Mustang did when the floodwaters inundated his car and others.
I was luckily not in my car, so I can only imagine this girl over here sent me a video of the car floating away.
Look closely at the video and you see his Mustang drifting like a boat. Christian Taylor points out that the floodwaters flipped the cars around. It was that intense.
This is a one-way.
So this is the result of it being lifted up, turned around.
Turned around, the hazards were on, the window is down, the trunk is open.
And you can see here now live, all of this floodwater continuing to be pumped out. That just shows you just how deep and how intense the water was. And it all fell, we're told, in a period of about 15 to 20 minutes. It was that serious. It's why first responders here are saying it's a very good reminder to never drive through flash flood waters because they can be extremely dangerous. One last thing to note here, the 5 families affected by the flooding here near the intersections of Drift and Welton Streets are being housed tonight by the Red Cross, but it may be a tough road to hoe for them going forward. Reporting live from New Brunswick, I'm James Ford, Pix 11 News.